guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about a statement that Jason Lee made regarding Nick Cannon and the fact that he got his job back at WILDNOUT. I don't really want to go into the details of the problems that Nick had with his network because that has been explained many times. Matter of fact, I made a video about it already. But anyway, just a quick summary though. Nick Cannon had a problem with WILDNOUT because he was saying some disrespectful things to many groups, and it was not appreciated by his network, and he was let go. He apologized many times. They would not hear it, and he came out and said that he's been apologizing and they did not give him a chance and blah blah blah. And he said that they did not really give him a chance, and he apologized many times, right? And WILDNOUT was kind of his idea as well. So it was very unfair that they let him go and would not give him a chance to be a better person. They offered DC Young Fly an opportunity. That was what I heard. That DC Young Fly was offered the opportunity to replace Nick Cannon, but he actually turned it down and said he cannot do that to Nick Cannon and it would not be right, which is a very honorable thing to do, because as long as they consider a particular person to be easily replaceable, that person will not be given their worth. They will not be treated fairly, because at the drop of a hat they can just let them go and find someone else to replace them. And DC Young Fly understood that, and you know, it was a very strong message that DC Young Fly sent to everyone really that heard about it, especially the network. And you know, they could not replace Nick Cannon. WILDNOUT was a very successful show, so I guess they had to bring him back and not look bad. So they did. So Nick Cannon has got his show back. He's got WILDNOUT back. So that's the summary, right? So Jason Lee recently made a video saying that people that did not support Nick Cannon at the time when Nick Cannon was going through his problems with his network should not be allowed to come back into the show.
There were a lot of you on WILDNOUT that I share the stage with that didn't stand for Nick. Hey, there's some of you that don't deserve to share the stage with that man. Anytime somebody goes through a storm and you don't stand there with them, you don't deserve to be in their life.
He said that Nick Cannon really helped them during the show. Nick Cannon was the show, and he helped a lot. And the fact that they did not stand with him, to support him, to speak up on his behalf, to help bring him back into the show and, you know, put him back on good terms with the network, that alone is enough to disqualify them from coming back to the show, because it means that they have no support for Nick Cannon. And what he said made a lot of sense, because if you help put people onto something and you work really well with them, you support them, and you're going through problems surrounding that particular thing, and they do not even speak for you at all on any platform, not necessarily directly to the network, but at least they could have said something regarding the issue in support of Nick Cannon, and they should have tried to mend the problem that Nick Cannon had with his network and just say something positive on their social media in support of Nick. But they didn't. A lot of them stayed very silent. They did not want to mess up their checks, so they didn't say anything. So it makes a lot of sense that Jason Lee would say what he said. However, here's what I think. I think that only applies if what Nick Cannon did was not careless and almost intentional. And I think it was careless and intentional because there's certain information that you can't just deliver in a certain way. You know, the way that he delivered the information, the thing that got him into trouble, the way that he spoke, the way he conducted that interview, his delivery was just very disrespectful. Nick Cannon might be a nice guy. I don't know. A lot of people say he's a nice guy. However, there's just a certain way that you speak to people. There's certain things that you say, and there's certain things that you just don't say. Now, I'm not saying that Nick Cannon shouldn't have said what he said, or he should have said something else. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with what he said. I'm just saying that delivery is key. Delivery is very important. And you can be saying all the truth in the world, but if you deliver it in a disrespectful way, it will not be taken the way you want it to be taken. And Nick Cannon was very disrespectful, and a lot of people, not necessarily just Nick Cannon, are very reckless with the way that they speak to other people. And you cannot stand 100% behind anybody these days. You have to, be careful with who you support and who you vouch for, because you can vouch for the wrong person and they can do something really terrible, and they will begin to link you to that person and everything that that person says. We've seen it many, many times. When you have kids and it's your source of livelihood, and you have serious responsibilities like health responsibilities, you can't just be careless about who you support. You have to be very careful about who you support. And while I agree with what Jason Lee is saying, that if someone does not support you when things are hard, they shouldn't expect to be there when things get better, I do support that. However, I still say that, you have to take that with a grain of salt, because some people talk way too much and they would say something. So yeah, people are very reckless. They don't know how to speak. They're very rude. Some of their beliefs and the things that they support are a little too radical. So I don't think that a person should just be carelessly supporting other people these days, because people talk too much and they put themselves in a lot of trouble for many, many years, just based on what they say. In Nick's case, I think that Nick should have known better. He was just very disrespectful. I could not watch the entire interview, even though I tried to, because it was just very cringy. So I just watched part of it, and even I had a hard time watching it. So I'm not gonna say yes. Jason Lee is completely correct, and those people should have supported Nick, because you don't know what responsibilities people have, and a lot of people owe their loyalty to their kids, their spouses, their own health, their future. They can't just put that all at risk by supporting someone else. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next one. Bye guys.